Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Hello! So today we count down 26 days to PSLE. Let's read the question. There are some yellow and green marbles in the box. If 30 yellow marbles are taken out from the box, the total number of marbles left will be 8 times the number of yellow marbles left. If 50 green marbles are taken out from the box, the total number of marbles left will be thrice that of the number of green marbles left. How many marbles are there in the box? So the question tells us that the total number of marbles left will be 8 times the number of yellow marbles left. So I'm going to write the before, change, and after. I'm going to list everything down. For the before, yellow would be 1 unit. Then they tell us that total would be 8 times, right? Means the total is 8 units. If the total is 8 units and yellow is 1, means green would be 8 minus 1, which is 7 units. Okay? Now, this is not the real before, right? I mean, this is the before that we know, but it is the case 1:7 for yellow is to green only if 30 yellow marbles have been taken out. So in that case, to find the actual before, we have to work backwards for this to add back the 30 yellow. Okay, so we add back the 30 yellow, then this would be the actual before. Okay, because the 30 yellow marbles belong to the before, right? Yeah, it was there at first. Alright? Next, 50 green marbles are taken out of the box. So we will just minus 50 for the green. And that will give us the after ratio of, they tell us that in the end, total would be thrice the green. If the total thrice the green means the total would be 3 units and the green would be 1 unit. So in that case means yellow would be 3 minus 1, 2 parts. Correction. We got to call it parts instead, not units, because there's no link between the before ratio and the after ratio. Let's call it parts. So I'm gonna form my equations. For the yellow, 1 unit plus 30, in the end we get 2 parts. So for the green, I'm gonna write 1 part plus 50, I'm gonna go backwards, is equals to 7 units, just so that I don't have a minus in my equation to avoid making careless mistakes. Alright? So in this case, I'm gonna make parts the same. So I have 2 parts and 1 part. I will have to make parts the same by multiplying 1 part by 2 to make 2 parts. Okay, so the whole equation I'm gonna times 2. So that becomes 2 parts plus 100 equals to 14 units. Then we will have 2 parts and 2 parts the same. Now, if 2 parts is equals to 1 unit plus 30, I'm going to have to substitute 2 parts because I make parts the same so that I can get rid of it. Okay, I don't want parts. I want to solve for units. So if 2 parts is equals to 1 unit plus 30, I can actually substitute that whole thing into 2 parts there. So instead of writing 2 parts, now I'm going to write 1 unit plus 30 plus 100 is equals to 14 units. So with this, we are able to simplify the equation. So 1 unit plus 130 is equals to 14 units. So this tells us that 13 units is 130. How do we know? 1 unit plus 130 is equals to 14 units. So can you see that? If we split 14 up into 1 and 13 units. Okay, so 13 units is equals to 130, and we can find out what's 1 unit. 130 divided by 13, which is 10. The question wants us to find how many marbles are there in the box, which is the part where I shaded in yellow or light orange. Okay, 1 unit plus 7 units, a total of 8 units for the before. So let's find out 8 units. 10 times 8, which is 80. And don't forget the 30 yellow marbles. We need to add that in as well because that's the actual before. That's the actual number of marbles in the box at first. So 80 plus 30, 110. So that's the answer, 110 marbles in the box. So that's all for this question. See you tomorrow.